Deliver room, deliver room, dot, dot, deliver room, deliver room, deliver room, dot, dot, deliver room, deliver room, deliver room. Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
This is the living room. I'm your main man, Mr. Starvin Artist.
And this is your boy, Jaye Allen. And we can't forget our buddy, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
All right, make sure you guys are liking this video, thumbs up it right now, and share on your social media sites. And so let's get this party started.
Yeah,
right?
party.
Let's get this party started quick like.
All right now. So who are we starting off with today?
Devious Maids.
Devious Maids. Lifetime, 8 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, Mondays.
Yeah, so, you know, the Powells have a foster child named Little Dion and a little black
Dion.
A little Dion, a little black boy, and they decided that they want to adopt him officially. So they have this thing where they're like, Dion, do you want to be adopted? And when they're asking him this, there's a phone call for Adrian because a few episodes back, before he forged a bond with Dion,
Before you liked him.
yeah, he basically reached out to a PI to find Dion's real family so he can get rid of him. And I think he forgot about that. So the PI calls and he's like, oh, don't tell him, you know, just don't call him back. And he was like, it's a little hard
It's too late because he's right here in the office with me.
Yeah, so the dad wants to meet Dion and different things like that. So Adrian concocts a plan.
Concocts is right. It's a pretty highfalutin plan.
Yes.
You know,
and he comes up with this plan, I think, because Rosie kind of, you know.
Or Carmen.
Carmen. All right. Carmen, since she can't be a singer anymore, she decides she's going to be an actor. And so she's like, why are all the roles for Latinos maids? And I thought that was a nice little...
And she was cast in the perfect role as none other than Mrs. Evelyn Powell.
Yes, yes, yes. So she decides that she's going to be Evelyn, and they have this casting call, and the little Malik ends up being...
Or Dion.
No, the boy that they cast, his name is Malik, who plays Dion. Don't try it.
Dion Malik.
Yes, little Malik is chosen to play the fake Dion.
Continue.
What?
Continue.
So, anyways, they meet the father and different things like that. But it goes wrong because Dion, because Adrian sends Susan.
So Adrian, no, and he doesn't send them anywhere.
No, he sends them to Europe.
Evelyn and Dion decide to go.
No, he sends them to Europe because they're like, why do we get this trip all of a sudden? He was like, oh, because you guys deserve it.
Dion needs to be in Paris. Every little pal needs to be in Paris.
Right, he gets this for them.
Yeah.
Right.
So they go off to Paris.
They go off.
They go off to the airport for Paris. And the whole time, Adrian and Carmen, who's playing Evelyn, with the fake little Malik / Dion, they decide that they're going to create this ruse for Dion's biological father.
Yes.
Well, lo and behold, guess who comes back because her connecting flight didn't make it? Evelyn and Dion.
Yeah, because he's like, hi, I'm Dion. And the other boy's like, no, I'm Dion. And the dad's like, what is going on here? And so, like, now it looks like really bad because now the dad's like, wait a minute, my kid's not safe because these crazy people are doing this thing.
I would take my kid back too. If there was a man who hired somebody to play my child, I think I would take my kid back.
Yeah, but you know, Carmen tries to come to the defense and tries to share with the dad. She was like, look, I had a child and I gave him up for adoption. So, you know, I understand and this is a really good place for him to be. And then, you know, Adrian and Susan.
Evelyn, now you got me.
Evelyn. They do something crazy and he's like, my son's not safe here. So the dad decides he's going to take little Dion with him. And Evelyn is heartbroken.
Child number 2, she's lost. Thank you, Adrian.
I didn't really realize that. She's lost 2 children.
Two little boys.
But now they should be even because the first one was her fault and the second one was
I'm not co-signing that. There's no fault.
You know, so Zoila got fired last week and she goes off to work for Gail.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
Thanks to Middersal's talent agency for maids.
Wait, yes. So she goes and Gail, she didn't even call her by the right name. She calls her Zola. She's like,
simple mistake.
No, because she was like, whatever, I can't remember that. I remember I was in the this play where this boy, his name was Terrence, but I could never remember his name was Terrence, so I used to just call him Brandon, because that's all I could remember him by. And I was like, I can't remember Terrence, I'm just going to call you Brandon.
That's insulting.
It's not insulting, I can't remember
the
it.
fact that you took that from him.
But everybody started calling him Brandon because they thought that's his name, and I was like, it's so much easier than Terrence.
Okay.
Well, anyways, so, you know, she's working there, and they have a little witty banter, but meanwhile, Genevieve, she is missing Zoila because she's missing...
Zoila's her very best friend.
That's her best friend. She's missing her soul sister. And so, you know, she tries to connect with Joy, but Joy's just not that kind of girl.
Joy's not about that life.
She's not about that life. And so, you know, she kind of offends Joy because she tries to talk to her like she would talk to Zoila and makes Joy cry. Yes. So Joy
because
cries.
Joy's hair is flat, and Genevieve doesn't like flat hair.
And so basically, you know, she tries to make up for it and takes her to this nice dinner, makes this donation. And so Joy breaks down and basically like, listen, I don't deserve all this. You know, the doctor actually said this.
Because Christopher's a jerk.
Yeah, to get rid of Zoila. So now Genevieve is mad. She is so upset right now. So she kicks him out. So she asks Zoila to come back and work for her. And then, you know, Zoila's really hurt because more than anything than an employer-employee relationship, they were like friends. They were like sisters. So Genevieve is like, you know, let's go to couples counseling. And so they decided they're going to go to couples counseling. So that may be a fun little thing to watch next season. But, you know, also Rosie is starting to suspect that Taylor is hiding something because she found those bloody pillows. And so she confronts her about it, and she tells her it's a wine stain.
You know what, though? These are some of the nosiest maids that ever were maids, though.
No, I mean, if I was working somewhere and I saw a pillow that had blood all over it, and my friend who worked there before ended up dead, then I'd be wanting to know too, because they're trying to figure out what happened to Blanco who died in this house. And then
they need to quit their jobs and become detectives because
they're
always on the prowl trying to figure out some sort of case or whatever. And now, like, Rosie figures out that the pillows aren't what they should be. Taylor, she talks to Taylor about it. Taylor gets rid of the whole entire set.
Get rid of something.
Get rid of everything. And so Marisol, in her ever nosy Marisolness, decides to go and find some furniture that Taylor had hauled off to some storage unit place. And she still decides, like, I want to buy this. And you know what she does? She finds it, and she finds out that it's blood.
Yes, she does.
She does.
And then also, you know, Ernesto sets a plan to try to kidnap Katie because he's trying to exchange his life for Katie's life, basically.
Oh, you are a terrible man, Ernesto. I never left Spence for you. He was a good man.
But his plan is foiled, essentially, though. So
by whom?
By Katie. Cause
Katie gets go. She's like,
yeah, because they
like F this.
She wakes up while the guy tries to kidnap her. Katie's strong.
Katie was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yes. It was crazy. And then, so then, you know, she confronts Taylor and talks to her about it, and Taylor's like, you know, we smuggled basically Katie from Mexico, and that, you know, people were looking for her because of the death of her, you know, her parents and different things like that. And so that when she was like talking about the drug cartel, and then it sparks a marking and what's her name? Rosie. She's like, drug cartel, Ernesto. She's like, Ernesto set me up. So she has something to do with it. So she confronts Ernesto basically and is upset with him.
And she is, because she loves Spence. Spence is a good man. Spence's unbeknownst partner comes back, and, you know, he really wants to get Katie, and he's really fighting Ernesto with this. And one of the final scenes of the episode has been Ernesto kills the partner.
Yeah, so he is dead to the bed.
Night.
Yes, so that's Divas Maids. The finale is tonight, so we'll talk about the finale next week.
Night.
Yes. So we're going to move on to Hollywood Divas. So the pastor basically tells Paula that she should go back to the lowest point in her life and really do some soul searching there and really confront that her fear of her lowest place so that she can be able to move on. So she decides to go to the extended stay where she lived for a period of time in the 1-bedroom in Compton. So I didn't realize it was in Compton.
No shade, but her house looked like the extended stay.
The extended stay actually looks better than her house.
I got a lot of time looking at that couch.
That couch. And I know avoid Your Majesty or Unity.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Laying on that couch and playing on that.
With them glasses.
The glasses and that iPad Generation 1.
Stop.
Stop, Your Majesty.
No. So she goes to the extended stay and she's like crying and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I think I would cry if I had to live in an extended stay too. So she comes home after this discovery to talk to Forrest, basically, and she's like telling Forrest that she thinks he should apologize, basically, to the women. And, Forrest...
Did she think that she should apologize? I don't remember her saying anything about that.
He should apologize. Well, he's the one that offended the women. She didn't really do anything to offend them.
Well, she came into Lisa's party pretty on the defensive.
But she didn't really do anything. Like, their issue right now is with Forrest, not with her. Like, she just was kind of, on the defensive because she didn't really know what she's walking to. She already knew about the altercation, yada, yada, yada. But she was like, Forrest basically really needs to apologize to the women. And, he's like, I'm not apologizing to them, yada, yada, yada. And then she was like, basically like, what I've learned is that I can't control how people react, but I can control how I react to other people. And I think that that's very true. And it's just like, do you think he should apologize?
I mean, you know what? I mean, I think we've talked about this, like I said, for almost 3 weeks now. Everybody was wrong in that situation. I don't feel like anybody came across really, really clean. And now, I mean...
He took it to a whole new level, though. He took it to a whole
Oh, I mean, absolutely Forrest was wrong. Forrest was the aggressor ultimately.
Yeah.
But the fact that they came in there already, like, attacking the dude... I
think that he should have known that was the whole purpose of the meeting. I think their tactic behind it was a little, like, too much as soon as he sat down. But that's where the meeting was going to go to, like, what's up with the white sisters? What are you doing with this? And so, but, my thing is, like, he don't want to apologize. But my thing is, like, sometimes it's just like, do you want to be right or do you want to have peace? You get what I'm saying? And then sometimes you just have to juggle that. Like, sometimes you just got to apologize so that you can move on with your life and the situation.
Or you can just move on.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but if you got to if you got to be in a situation with someone and you can't just move on and remove yourself from that, and you already know that there's going to be conflict, sometimes just saying, I'm sorry, will diffuse the situation whether you're right or wrong.
Would you do something like that?
I would, yes. Because it's just like, it's not always important to be right all the time.
It's forgetting about being right. I mean, but I'm not going to say that I'm sorry if you're the one that banged into my car.
If it's going to help us to move on, and I will be like, you know what? Hey, I'm sorry that I did X, Y, and Z. Can we move forward? Because sometimes it doesn't matter if you're right or if my goal is to have peace and to move forward, and that's the way I can move forward, you apologize. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, that's just silly. A lot of times people get into these altercations that turn into a bigger mess because neither one of them want to apologize because they're so focused on who's right.
I mean, I would agree. I'm just surprised to hear that be your response. But I
apologize to people all the time for stuff that I don't feel like I was wrong in a situation. Like, if people are late to events and stuff like that, and they're not showing up, and I feel one certain kind of way, and they feel a certain different kind of way about it, then I just apologize so we can move forward. So, anyways, what else happened on there? Lisa is talking with her
mom.
Lisa's talking with her mom. Well, no, she's talking about her mom to her brothers and sisters, basically. And I thought it was a really good conversation. What do you think about that conversation?
I don't think that the brothers and sisters were necessarily receptive. Because the sister had nothing to say about anything. She might not even welcome the
I feel like it's not a situation that I know personally, but I think it's from like watching my mom and my aunts and uncles take care of my grandmother and my grandfather when they were sick before they passed away. like to see the stress, how it weighs on the family.
Sure.
And like I really kind of understood where everybody was coming from, because it is such a disruption to your life, and that you are, you know, sometimes people are doing all that they can do or doing a lot and stuff like that, and you're like, well, we need to do more, or you need to do this.
And maybe some people just don't know how to deal with it either.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that anybody really knows how to deal with taking care of their parents, the people that took care of you for the earlier part of your life. I think that where there has to be some sort of coming together, especially if you have a large family of 4 to 5 brothers, shouldn't all be on one person that's doing all the legwork, like, you know, taking care of mom and dad, or mom and just, you know, whatever. It should be a team effort. And
well, I mean, I think it is a team effort, but I think like in certain cases, some people, because of their proximity, because of their availability, have to step up in certain areas more than other people are able to, and it's a way different thing. But I think Lisa's whole situation is like, we just need to work together to make sure that mom is taken care of. And I mean, that's a very real thing. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna have to now put ourselves on the back burner and figure out how we can work together to take care of that. And that's not an easy discussion to have.
Child, I'm sorry, but if my mom got cancer, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do.
And that's really what it is.
I mean, but listen, we a lot of people do say that, but then once you start, but I mean, and it's not like, and
so no, my father was diagnosed with cancer about 3 years ago. I mean, it wasn't the most debilitating form, but I mean, he did need. My father's only 60 years old, but he still did need people to be around him and to take care of him during that time. And I only have one other sibling, and I took off work for 3 weeks. I wasn't gonna go help my dad, because my dad took care of me for forever. So I mean, it was never a question of, I mean, yeah, and I had like a million other things I could have been doing, sure, like all people do, but I was gonna take care of my dad.
Right. Yeah, and so imagine that 3 weeks extended to over a year plus. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I do. I mean, I'm not questioning the disruption, because I know that, you know, whenever you have to do anything that's not in your normal routine, it's going to be a disruption. But life is filled with disruptions.
No, I get it.
And your parents getting older and getting sick is something that's going to happen to each and every one of us. So it's how we deal with it.
Should we be able to live on this earth as our parents grow older?
Okay, we'll involve that in totality, but I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. So even taking that into account, that we all should be able, we all have to step to the plate when we're called to do so. That's all I'm saying.
And yes, I agree. And so Lisa decides to hold a brunch for her mom, and which I thought was really nice. Did you think that was nice?
The brunch I did was nice.
Yeah. So she hosts this brunch for her mom and have all the ladies and, you know, the siblings and some other friends to come in, and that be a all white kind of party, the celebration of life. Then we find out that her mom is like 75% cancer free, which is amazing. And you know, all the women, most of them dressed in white,
except for
Miss Paula J. Parker, who dressed in yellow,
canary yellow, mustard yellow.
But you know who looked really good?
Countess.
She looked amazing. I was like, wow. I mean, she came in, I was like, she looks really
Char didn't look good, though.
No. Well,
but
her
you know,
hair.
at least her hair, yes. I was there, yes. I was like, at least her hair is done this time. Her hair was laid.
I need to go look at it again.
Yes, no, her hair.
The edges was put together.
I saw it ends, though. I was like,
it's the best look so far.
So far. Okay.
I don't know if she jailed them or not.
Okay, girl. Maybe they show us some clips of the.
Look at it real quick.
Like, if you're gonna continue to film, this is what you currently look like on film.
And if she's back next year, you know she'll be all laid out.
Yeah, and so it was really weird though. A weird moment happened in the middle of the brunch.
Yeah, none other than Forrest.
Yeah.
Showed his face.
He showed up, which was I thought was very, very strange.
And then he showed up and he gave, with no announcement, he just gave like an impromptu speech while other things were already going on.
Right,
like,
and everybody's looking at him. Even Lisa's like,
I want to give a tribute to mothers.
Right. He was like, I want to give a tribute to mothers, yada, yada, yada. It was so bizarre. And then he was like, I apologize my mom didn't treat me like that. But the women, like, he apologized to Countess and the other women that he offended. But it wasn't the right place for that. It wasn't the right time for that. It was kind of half-hearted, where it was just like...
Well, it seemed insincere.
Yes,
it seemed very insincere. And the women weren't feeling it. They didn't take it and buy it.
Made them even more upset.
Well, because they're during the middle of a celebration of this woman's life, and you come in there talking about you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, Paula married him, and Paula wasn't feeling it. I mean, forget about all the rest of the women. Paula was like, "You don't do that."
Yeah, she was like, "Is this his idea? Is this his idea of an apology?" So yeah. So I mean. That's Hollywood Divas. I guess we'll continue to see what's going on down. Elise comes back next week, so we'll see.
She won't turn up.
Because she's been missing for a while. And I'm glad they didn't mention that she's been gone for a while. But
she's been doing this gospel play.
She always kind of shut Golden down too.
So
she's shutting Golden down.
No, but Golden is coming for Elise, so we're gonna watch that.
So we'll keep you posted next week.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to Married to Medicine.
Married to Medicine. Dr. Heavenly brings her little daughter over to the shop.
And drops her off.
Drops her off and leaves her.
Notice though.
Leaves her.
I was like,
leaves her.
That was so funny.
But then talking about she tell her she can body slam her.
But and then told her she could body slam her. And listen, Nicole was so pleasant. She didn't
And Laura was like going off, like I was like, girl,
she was saying
mouthy.
whatever.
Yes.
Like, no, can't take that from no 9-year-old.
Right. And it was the most. It's like a little mini Dr. Heavenly.
Which is going to be an issue.
Oh, Lord.
You better tune that up.
Oh, yes. When she gets to be a teenager,
Ooh.
you're not going to be able to tell her.
And wait till she's 35, 40.
Oh, my.
Young.
Oh, no.
And she designs a dress and
for her mommy.
For her mommy to wear.
Yes.
Did y'all like the dress?
I actually did like the dress.
I thought it was cute. I don't think it was the dress that she drew. So I thought
it wasn't dress she drew at all. Because she got skills like that, then Slim is on her way. She's on her way to doing big things in the fashion world.
Yes, because she got there.
She said she wanted leather, though.
She wanted leather, but still.
leather.
I was like, my mom's like, they got to have sleeves. And so, but I mean, I thought that was nice, though, that one of the things I did think it was nice that, when her mom definitely recognized the passion of her daughters and sought ways to kind of like at least let her daughter explore the passion to see if it was something she was really interested in doing. And I feel like so often that parents don't really look and see where their kids' talents lies and tries to push them towards that and help them to explore that a lot,
No, it's always helpful when your parents are behind your passions and dreams.
I think so. It is. Were your parents behind your passions and dreams?
My parents have always encouraged me to do it.
But you have a very talented...
I have a couple of family of artists.
A performing family.
Yeah, they're
What about
crazy.
you, Antoine?
No.
Or Buddy?
No, my family wasn't.
No, how'd that make you feel?
I wish they would have supported me.
You said what?
I wish they would have supported me.
Really?
Yeah.
And how do you think you would have fared differently if they would have supported you?
I guess I probably would be living my dreams now. I mean, not saying that I'm being held back, but I'm just saying I probably would have been doing it much sooner.
Oh, so parents, please find your kids' dreams and help them water that. Because I also feel like when people have a dream that it's actually a part of their destiny. You know what I'm saying? And so, we don't just get dreams just to be having dreams and stuff like that. It's ultimately part of your purpose and your plan for life. So when your kids start to be interested in stuff and have dreams, I think you really need to help your kid water that and help them to grow that, because it's going to be a part of who they are. And it's your role as a parent to help your kid to reach their full potential.
And reach their dreams. Yes, but even if nobody else is behind you and or your dreams, if you believe in it, go out there, do it, and stick to it.
But I think it can be very.
Of course, it's always over to have a support team, but I mean, or
not even a support team, but I feel like a lot of times too, like growing up, if your parents or whoever your guardians or whatnot aren't like really 100% supportive, as you always want to please your parents and different things like that, and I think you're like, oh, well, this is what I'm going to do. But I really want my parents to be proud of me, so I go off in a different direction that oftentimes is not in the direction which I plan on going into, you know? And so, yeah. So, good job, Dr. Heavenly. And then Toya was upset that her husband didn't want her to work with him.
Yeah, Toya, just go off and do your own thing. Like your husband even saying, you did your own thing before the kids and the babies and all that. Just get back to doing you. Because I feel like so often in relationships, especially when you try to commingle the situations of doing the same business, it's too much togetherness. Everybody needs to have their own thing to do. Needs to have their own identity, their own space, their own niche. Because if you're always together all the time, then when do you ever get a chance to do you?
Yeah, and I think he also mentioned too another reason why he wasn't really, because it was like she starts stuff and never finishes. Like she was a drug rep, then she quit that and wanted to be a teacher. Then she quit that and went back to be a drug rep. Then she decided she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And he was like, you know, you don't really have a lot of, like you're good at a lot of things, but your follow-through is not one thing that you're really good at. And it was like another thing is that I don't think like...
She's still trying to find herself, and there's nothing even wrong with that.
Well, yeah, and I think that she's found herself for the moment as being a good mom and being there for her kids and going shopping. Like,
okay. You know.
So Jackie has a Fit is the New It event.
She does.
So, question about Fit is the New It. When has Fit never been the It?
Well, I don't know why it's the new It.
I think fit has always been.
It's always been the goal to be as fit as possible.
Right.
Yeah, maybe there's difficulty in getting it for some. You know,
if fit is the new it, what used to be it?
Not fit.
Unfit.
Unfit. We ain't fit, y'all. So yeah, but
fit. Let's make these muscles here. Oh, these guns.
But Doctor. I mean, I applaud her efforts because, I mean, she's still trying to do it.
Her storyline is so stupid.
But, you know, her storyline is stupid, but she's one of those rare reality TV people who doesn't fake. She's boring, and she knows it. And then, you know what, and that's okay. It's real.
But I like that she kind of adds, like, the calmness to
That's what she does. I mean, and she's not trying to put on, you don't see her like, she's the same way she was episode 1, season 1. Ain't been no evolution in her character, her family. She don't got new weaves. Ain't nothing changed about her. She's the same way she was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I don't think like the fit is the new it. Like, don't try to make up something for the like.
Well, you know what? Fit is the new it. I mean, I get what it's saying. I mean, maybe she could brand a different way, but I mean, she's talking about fitness, and everybody doesn't necessarily participate in fitness.
Yeah. But
so
yeah, maybe you say like she's bringing it the wrong way because like I would think if my message is I want people to get fit, then none of her segments have inspired me to go and want to be.
Well,
fit.
not what she's presented. No, not what she's
right.
presented.
But one of the things I guess some of her patients are doing it because I guess her patients are really losing weight and doing stuff like that too and taking.
And actually saying her friends don't support her idea.
Right.
But yeah, I think that it's a good initiative to have. Michelle Obama.
Yes, let's move.
Let's move.
She had the Beyonce.
Give
me body.
Yeah, give me body thing. Yes.
Yes.
So.
And you know, so after the they had some hypnotherapists there, and after they leave.
Oh my God.
I don't know what that has to do with fitness.
I was like, really?
Well, I got it because she said mind and body go hand in hand, and if your mind,
I might as well just go to yoga or something.
Yeah.
Then
Don't hypnotize me to think that I'm fit.
I'm scared to say hypnosis anyway. Right. You know, after the event, Lisa decides that she's gonna confront Quad. She's real bold. So
I'm not mad at her. Put it this way. I don't know. There's a restraining order. Did that ever take place?
Well, no, they didn't because if Quad would have done it, then yeah.
So put it this way: if you're gonna be talking around all around town about me and my life and my man and my this and my that,
but she really wasn't.
Yeah,
and that was the whole Quad thing that she's not talking about her.
How did it even get back to Lisa?
Right.
Well, there definitely was something that was missed in between. Because,
the wizards.
Because we never heard how we got back to Lisa.
Yeah, because she's like, Atlanta is small, so it gets back to you. But it probably the producers.
Atlanta is small, but Atlanta ain't that small. So they be talking like, you know, like there's like it's a 15-mile radius, and like people just all know each other and all be talking.
Well,
to
it's
each other.
a small in the sense where that caliber of people will be small and stuff like that. Just like think our theater realm right here. Like we know a lot of the same people. It's small. Like when you're in the same kinds of circles, like it's small. People know.
No, I mean no, and I get it, but I mean like I guess it was a translation of the information that how that thing about quads, pups, poop, and.
I think the producers called Lisa that night and was like, hey, by the way, this is what happened when you weren't there.
Yeah.
But, right. So, so she's saying Quad. And Quad was like, listen, I don't have nothing to do with this. So she pulls up pictures of Quad and the boy, which is like, how did she get these pictures? So, again, like, where would she got these pictures from? Because it's clearly not on Quad's social media sites. You know what I'm saying?
Why isn't it, though?
Because if Quad would have posted them, then that means imply that she knows these people and stuff like that. That, why would I post multiple pictures of someone that I claim I don't know on my social media?
I mean, granted, I've probably taken a picture of somebody that I don't know before, but it doesn't happen that often, like that I don't know. And then I see them at an event, at my event no less, and I'm like,
I mean, did they just have like one picture though? I mean,
I think she said it probably was like 2 or 3.
But that's enough. If I'm taking pictures with you, why am I taking pictures with you?
Same day, same outfit.
Because you're at it. No, I don't think it was the same day, same outfit.
These are different events.
But I mean, it's just
but she just probably didn't know him like that.
Yeah, she probably didn't know him. But he probably went to events and stuff like that and different things like that. And it was like, hey, can I get a picture with you and different things like that. I mean,
y'all know
I
I'm
can
not
see that
for Quadrillina, but I'm just saying. No, I mean, I guess it was the whole thing. Like, if apparently, I'm not saying she knows him, but. There's some sort of connection there because he's following Quad there. He's following her.
He used to work, I guess, apparently for Lisa and the family and different things like that. So that's how he really even knows Darren. And she also finds out too that he's friends with all those people that she fired too as well too. So it could be one of those things where the producers reached out to the people that got fired and was like, hey, you want to get back at her, yada yada yada.
That really would be a wizard.
Hello, we have sitting here and talked about a show all season that did crazy stuff like that. Unreal. When we was talking about Unreal, look at all the crazy stuff that they did that we wouldn't think that they would do.
That's a lot, though.
You said what?
I've never known a producer to hire somebody to come onto a show.
They don't think they hired them, but
blatantly lie.
But I don't think they blatantly.
I don't think he lied. I don't think he lied. I think he do mess around with men.
And that's cool because Darren's response was whack.
Yeah, he was like,
even the other girls was like, he is queening out over here. Like it must be some truth to it.
Right, because Toya was like, your husband cheated on you 4 times. He lies every now and again. He's gay every now and again. Like she was like,
Darren's response was whack. But
and then you see previews for next week where he apparently does something too that makes her mad too, and she's like, "You're married, you can't be doing that." She's like a bird at him and everything.
Stripper or something at one of those parties,
it's crazy. And Jackie basically, Quad and Lisa start to fight.
Jackie.
And Jackie was like, you gotta leave. And then she told Lisa, which I agree, she was like, you gotta let this go. She was like, also, every time you bring this up, you keep smearing your own husband's name. Because you're the one that keeps bringing it up. So you're the one that keep making your husband look like a fool. So, and I agree with that. Because Quad's not going around, like, when you think about who's talking about this, Quad is not the one that's going around talking about this. It's Lisa that keeps bringing this up. It was Lisa who brought it up at the Fittest and Who It, and was talking loud.
Lisa brought it up because of the whole thing about the man though, the boy.
Right, but then even Quad was like, I didn't do that. She was like, and I
no,
but
I'm not saying that, but I mean, but if
but she didn't bring it up to her. She just brought it up to the women and talked loud so that Quad could hear her, as opposed to being like, hey, going up to her and being like, hey, Quad, I heard at your event this guy came and did X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. But instead, I'm going to be petty and I'm going to talk about you.
This is all I'm saying. Quad, you're not her. You're not. There's one Lanithia Leaks. She quit. She gone. You ain't about to replace her in the Real Housewives of Atlanta because you try and get upgraded from Married to Mess. It ain't gonna happen.
They both got good vocabulary though.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, now, yeah, like you have some lines for you. Because
two things she said yesterday had me cracking up.
Oh, I mean, everything. There is not a talking head on that show that Quad doesn't appear in. That makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, Quad is hilarious.
Yeah.
And she, Mariah will be back next week. So it'll be interesting to see what Mariah has to say. So, I mean, that was really TV for the week. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, so, make sure.
Seasons are winding down. The summer seasons are winding down.
So next week, guys, will be our summer finale. This summer has flown by so fast. And we're going to have a lot of surprise guests here at us.
It's going to be a sort of a farewell finale get-together.
For the summer. We're going to say bye to the summer as we look on to the fall. So
and we're going to get new champagne and wine glasses.
Oh, you think it's funny?
I do.
We're going to get a new host next season, too. Well, you know, that's it. So we're going to roll the credits.